My wife gave me a hall pass for my birthday, then called her lawyer. My wife Nina was a real estate agent who loved control. Everything in her life had to be perfect. Her schedule, her house, her image. She'd been like this since I met her 15 years ago, but lately, something was different. Her best friend Giselle had just gotten divorced 6 months back. Giselle was gorgeous, vulnerable, and basically lived at our house every weekend crying into our wine. I'm just a normal guy. I work IT, I watch football, I thought I had a good marriage. Then my 40th birthday came. Nina handed me a card after dinner. Inside it said, 1 hall pass, valid for 30 days. I laughed. She didn't. She said, you need to sleep with Giselle. This will help her heal, and you never got to explore before we married. I thought she was joking. She wasn't. She said, you're so closed-minded. I'm trying to give you a gift. That night I heard her on the phone whispering to someone about needing their help. The next morning her family started calling me. Her mom asked if I was okay. My cousin Julie texted saying she'd heard I was having a crisis. Julie knew me better than anyone. She knew something was wrong. Nina started dressing Giselle up for dinners. Tight black dress, red lipstick, perfume that filled the whole room. She kept going, doesn't she look beautiful? Then she'd claim a headache and leave us alone. Giselle would move closer on the couch, whine on her breath. She'd say, Nina says you find me attractive. I'd leave immediately. Nina would scream at me for 20 minutes about humiliating her friend, calling me cruel and selfish. Then Nina moved into the guest room. She said, I can't sleep next to someone who rejects love. The bed felt too big without her, but I knew this was manipulation. I woke up one morning and my laptop was open to dating sites. Nina had made profiles for me saying, looking to explore with wife's permission. My face was on 5 different apps. I was furious, but she just smiled. Her family completely cut me off. Her brother unfriended me online. Her dad ignored me at the hardware store, turned his back when I waved. Nina had been telling them I was obsessed with other women. The crying started next. Every dinner, real tears streaming down her face, mascara running. She said, if you don't do this, it means you don't trust me. Our marriage is over. She wouldn't stop sobbing. She said, use the hall pass, or I'm filing for divorce tomorrow. Then Giselle cornered me in the kitchen while I was making coffee. She said, Nina told me you're pressuring her for an open marriage. She said you won't stop asking to sleep with me. I told her Nina was lying, but she didn't believe me. She said, she showed me your dating profiles. Why would she lie? Finally, Nina threw actual divorce papers at me, already filled out with yellow tabs where I should sign. She said, sleep with Giselle or sign these. I was exhausted and beaten down. Nothing had happened with Giselle. Nothing ever would, but I was done fighting. I lied and said, fine, I did it. Happy? Her tears stopped instantly. She grabbed her phone and started texting like crazy. I asked what she was doing. She said, getting proof. I asked, proof of what? She smiled this evil smile. She said, proof you just confessed to sleeping with my best friend. I couldn't believe this. I said, but you gave me a hall pass. You forced me. She said, what hall pass? Where's your proof? I went to get the birthday card, but obviously it was gone. She explained, you've been obsessed with Giselle since her divorce. I've been telling everyone how you stare at her, created dating profiles, tried to get her alone. I realized how screwed I was. I said, that's not what happened. She literally laughed. She said, Giselle will testify nothing happened, but you just confessed it did. That's adultery. The judge will give me everything. The house, the savings, alimony for life. Then Giselle walked in from the hallway. She'd been in the bathroom and heard everything. She looked shocked. She said, Nina, what are you talking about? You told me he wanted me. You said the hall pass was his idea. Nina's face completely changed. She said, Giselle, you don't understand. But Giselle was backing away from her. She said, I understand perfectly. You used me. You tried to pimp me out to set up your own husband. You're sick. Giselle pulled out her phone. She said, I'm calling my lawyer right now. I'll testify for him. Giselle testified for me in court. Nina lost everything, including her best friend. She still texts us both asking why we betrayed her.